Hi guys, welcome back to the Chaba Cat video series podcast. I have a lot of energy and I just filmed the podcast, so I feel like now I'm okay. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys about 2021 lessons learned. This is more just like a fun little podcast. I don't know why I say little. I always say little in front of everything, and I'm trying not to do that because I feel like it makes it less, I don't know, like I'm just trying to take away what it is, so I'm just gonna not do that. But yeah, I feel like it's important to reflect. It's important to reflect on, obviously, last month, last year, just to kind of grow as an individual or grow as a person. It's like you have to be willing to reflect and say, hey, like, what did I do good this year? What did I not do good? What can I take with me to this next year, and what can I leave behind, in a sense, for yourself, or in a sense of like actions or anything like that. So I thought I'd share with you a couple of things that I've learned, and hopefully it'll help you guys for this year 2022 to make it a good year. So first things first, I think, and this is just like in any random order, I'm not really putting it in any specific order, but don't let one bad thing ruin a good day. And I feel like I still, in all of these things that I'm telling you guys, I still struggle with, but I feel like I'm more conscious of it so I can work on it, if that makes sense. But I feel like I'm the type of person to let something affect me for a long period of time. And I don't know if it's just me and my ego that I need to like step out of, but I feel like if something were to happen in the morning, it would just kind of affect me for the whole day. And I really don't think that it's worth it. I don't think that it's worth the energy to be thinking about something that happened in the past, because it's like you can't do anything about it now. So why even stress over it or beat yourself up over it? Like, let's say I messed up on something. Let's say I was late to an appointment and somebody got mad at me and I disappointed somebody. I would literally like just be thinking about it the whole day, and I'd be like, damn, like, why didn't I do this? I could have done this, I could have done that. But it's history, and it's like, why are you worrying about it now? Because it's just kind of pointless. So it's the first one. To observe your emotions. Don't let them control you. And I was reading this thing that I don't know where I read it from, but it was talking about how people tend to make irrational decisions whenever they let their emotions control them. Whether that be that they're sad, whether that be that they're angry or irritated or just mentally not in the right headspace. You have to be able to be kind of a watcher, is what it said, to observe your emotion, to know that it's there, to be aware of it, but not to react to it or not to give it that control that it desperately wants. So like, let's say you're mad, and especially with anything, like let's say you're mad and you yell at your significant other. It's like you were mad in the moment and then you realize that you messed up because you shouldn't have done that. But if you were to get mad and observe that, oh, I'm mad, maybe I should step away, or maybe I should calm down and then come back and talk. Or it's more of a thing that you have to be observant. You have to understand, even if you're sad too. Let's say you're sad and you really feel so like down. You have to observe that this is something that's just gonna pass through, like a car, like a train. Like, you'll see it, you'll feel it and understand it. I mean, maybe not understand it, but acknowledge it, but don't let it consume you. Don't let it control you. And I feel like that's what I used to do a lot with any emotion. I would let it consume me, and I would let it control maybe not my actions, but I would let it control how I went about that day, I guess you could say. Like things I wouldn't do if I were happier, if I were my regular self. I wouldn't have done it that way, if that makes sense. So just remember to observe and not react. I think I read that in Rich Dad Poor Dad, now that I think about it. Observe your emotions, don't react. There you go. And then I feel like this one is like a really obvious one, but oh my god, I can't speak. People will judge you, but really you're your only judge. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people care what other people think, which is it's okay. But I feel like the old me, well, I guess not the old me, because in 2021, this is where I kind of learned it, obviously. People are gonna judge you, people are gonna talk about you. It's just, I just stopped caring, you know? Like, I really did. And obviously, sometimes I do still let it affect me, or let it kind of make me question what it is I do, or what it is I wear, or how it is I act. But it's like, those people don't even know me. Half of the people don't even know me that are judging me. And the people that do judge me, if I know them and they're my friends, like, why would they judge me, you know? Or what gives them the right to judge me if they call themselves my friends, you know? So it's like, don't be afraid to do something that you want to do. Like, let's say you really want to do something, but you're afraid of what people might think, or what they might say. What do you think? Like, just be like, what do you think? You know, if you want to do it, you do it. Like, why even consider other people's I mean, you have to consider other people's feelings when you're doing something, but I'm just saying, like, if you're doing something that makes you happy, like, why even think about what someone else is gonna say when the only opinion that matters is yourself's opinion. I don't think that makes sense. Anyways, I think the next one is know how to regain your control and don't burn yourself out. You know, as a person that wants to do a lot of things, I feel like I just didn't really know where to, like, not control myself, but understand my limit, I guess you could say. And then I would get really burned out, and then I would feel like really in a funk, I would call it, you know, where I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just feel like I'm not getting anything done. You have to be able to manage your time and know what your body can handle, and know what you can do on a weekly basis, and what makes you feel good and what makes you not feel good. You know, like, if you're overworking yourself, find time for yourself and fit in some self-care, fit in some days off, some rest, because it's like, who wants to wake up and work every day? Not me. No, don't want to do that. So schedule some time in for yourself, schedule some time in for whatever, you know. Just be aware that you are the only person that can take care of yourself, you know. No one else is going to take care of you, so make sure you prioritize yourself and don't overwork yourself. Set realistic expectations. You know yourself. Like I said, this is kind of goes hand in hand with the other one. Set realistic goals for yourself. Don't overwork yourself. Don't give yourself more than you can handle. And I've heard this saying, I mean, someone told it to me, and I thought it was a good saying, but then again, I thought, I don't think it's that, because I think it was like, your plate is not full. Oh, if your plate is full, just make it bigger. And I was like, okay. I mean, that's a good motivational quote, but I think it's sending the wrong message, because it's like, if you already feel like you have so much on your plate, I mean, take some off of it. Give yourself that rest, that ease. You know, when you feel like you have a bunch of weight on your shoulders, and then when it finally works out, you're like, oh my god, like, I feel like I can breathe. Like, you're not stuck like that, you know? Like, you're in control of your own life. You're in control of your destiny. And I think that a lot of people forget that. If you're not happy somewhere, you can just leave. If you're not happy at your job, you could just leave. I mean, well, technically, make sure you have something else lined up, but, you know, I guess if you're still at home with your parents, you could do that. And that's what I do, because I'm like, if it's not benefiting me, like, why stay there? But just know yourself and set realistic expectations for yourself. Trust your gut feeling. If you're not 100% confident in something, don't do it. I feel like I would not be 100%, and I would just be like, let's just see what happens, and it would always not turn out well because I wasn't 100%. And if you're not 100% passionate about something, or you're not 100% certain that you want to do something, and somebody's kind of putting that idea in your head, but you're still like, I don't know if I should do it, maybe you shouldn't do it. That's what I've learned. Just, it kind of is like listening to the voice in your head, because the voice in your head is always right. So yeah, affirm positive thinking, and then shut down negative self-talk is another great thing that I learned in 2021. I used to be very negative, Nancy. I don't want to use that reference, but yes, I would be negative, and I would always just not think the worst, but kind of be pessimistic about stuff. But then I have to reprogram my brain with affirmations or with just positive self-talk, like trying to shut down those negative thoughts in my head and say, no, you're wrong, or like, no, I'm gonna do it this way because I'm confident in myself, I believe in myself. Just because I feel like your brain believes anything you say, you know? And so you have to be able to reprogram it into knowing how confident you are, into knowing that you're gonna be successful. You aren't dumb, you aren't insecure, like you're beautiful, you're brave, you're, you know, just, I feel like you just have to reprogram your brain, especially if you know, you have a way of thinking that's self-doubt and you just talk down on yourself. Start talking better about yourself. Even if you don't believe it at first, like you will, like if you keep repeating it enough, you will believe it. And it's psychology, it's reprogramming your brain into believing, you know, because I feel like the brain is taking up so much information. Once it starts hearing all of that, it's gonna start believing it, and it's gonna start showing you examples of how you are this way, or how you are attracting good into your life, or oh, good things are always coming to me, I'm surrounded by blessings, I'm surrounded by, you're gonna start seeing it. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Oh yeah, because I just started doing like affirmations, and I started, you know, scripting, and I feel I just feel a lot more better, because I don't know, and it might just be me, I don't know if you guys can relate, but it's like, it does help a lot. But yeah. Be present more. I feel like a lot of last year, I was really stuck in the past, or I would be thinking about the past or the future, and I wasn't really necessarily present in a moment, you know. I was always kind of had my brain wandering to the next thing, or what am I going to do after this, or I wonder if, you know, this is going to happen tomorrow, or I really wish this would have gone another way yesterday, or like, you know, I'm just too busy thinking about anything but right now. And it's like, you're not even guaranteed tomorrow, and you definitely won't see yesterday, you know. So it's like, why even focus on that? Focus on the present, you know. And that's what I try to do. I still find myself thinking about the past or about the future, and I just feel like my goal for this year is to be more aware of it and shut it down, because thinking of the past won't change anything, and thinking about a future that isn't even here yet is kind of pointless, you know what I mean? So, and then celebrate the small victories and be clear in your journey that you're on. Be clear what you want, but celebrate those small victories, because I feel like you deserve those small victories, big or small. Like, just celebrate. And you can celebrate with friends, you can celebrate by yourself, you can treat yourself. Life is too short not to, you know what I mean? Life is way too short not to do those things. And lastly, your time and space is valuable, so invest in it. Invest in yourself. Invest in your space. Create a good, healthy space for you, because your space says a lot about you, believe it or not. Like, your space says a lot about your mental health. It helps your mental health too, and a lot about you as a person. But just really invest in yourself and take care of yourself, because like I said, nobody else will. And, you know, give yourself, I think I saw this quote today, I think it was it's not necessarily this, but it's basically saying, give yourself what you seek in other people. If you want love, give it to yourself first. Love yourself unconditionally. If you want somebody who's gonna treat you right, who's gonna just be respectful and be kind and be this amazing person, you be it first and be it to yourself. And you know, I feel like you attract what you are. So if you're just a good energy, you will attract good energy. But yeah, I think that sums up my 2021 learning thoughts. I mean, I probably have more, but those are the only ones that I wrote down. I have a lot. I feel like I have a lot on my mind. Like, I really do. And I don't know. I feel like I want to journal it out, but then I don't know, because it's like, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. I feel like, I don't know, I feel good talking about it and like reminding myself of what it is I want to take with me into 2022 and what I don't want to take with me into 2022. And I hope you guys have figured that out too. I mean, it's February, about to be March. So, I mean, we're already 3 months in the new year. It's like crazy how fast time has gone. So, yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully with somebody. I want to do one with somebody. I don't like talking alone. Yeah, but I'll see you guys next time.